What's going on, guys? It's your boy BushidoF, and today is kind of a sadder video. This is the end of Blue Lock on Roblox. Blue Lock had a huge impact on Roblox altogether with the release of Blue Lock Rivals, then Azure Latch, then Goalbound, and it was just getting bigger and bigger. Of course, there's the old games like Lock, Meta Lock. I'm probably forgetting a couple, and it was kind of just getting bigger and bigger, and Blue Lock was taking over. And today is just like the day of bad news on Roblox. First, we start off with a lot of people's favorite game, Goalbound. Goalbound came in, crazy animations. It was insane. Everybody loved it. And now Goalbound's at 3,900 players. I'm sorry. And Goalbound's Discord just got hacked. Of course, I can't really show it on the screen, but if you guys go check, they're switching the name to very bad words, insults, curse words. They're showing very inappropriate stuff in their Discord. I personally left their Discord server because I don't want any of that reflecting on me. People say, why did I say? So I always leave the servers when it gets hacked. But it's kind of sad. The game got taken down because it was actually some drama that happened. I'm going to pull up some logs real quick. Shout out to Keem. Keem was able to send me these earlier when I was showing it on screen. So it says, I have nothing to do with delays. I am not the owner, nor was I ever, merely the voice of Goldbound. This is from Stalker. He was the original voice of Goldbound. He said, I can't do anything about the current situation about the game. And yes, the reason for the updates being delayed is valid. However, I will not go into what the reason is since it is private. So essentially, he did say that Goalbound has gotten delayed quite a lot. And the updates weren't really going to come out. It was looking very slow. What was supposed to come out was Eniel Isagi and Don Lorenzo. And as you can see, they put it as 2077. That is 50 years from now, 52 years from now. Basically saying like, hey, the updates ain't coming out. It was almost like the devs gave up on the game themselves. Now, on top of that, he did saying this beforehand so no one gets disappointed. It's pretty likely that this up-and-coming update is being delayed. We have some personal problems happening currently. Basically, to sum it up, that there was a lot of drama. The devs were being underpaid, and they feel like they weren't being respected through the game. And on top of that, the main owner has kind of been quiet. And also, Stalker kind of he wasn't feeling the game no more. And then it said that Stalker allegedly, I'll say, Stalker didn't leave the Discord. He got banned because he's the one that brung it up to the owner about devs being scammed, not being paid. And allegedly, this caused him to get banned from the Discord. Now, on top of that, that wasn't the only thing that happened. Azure Latch also had to deal with some stuff. So if you guys aren't caught up on that, Azure Latch has been bought by Brandon the Boss. And now with that, Brandon the Boss has been kind of going crazy helping games on Roblox. And let me catch you guys up on what's going on here, okay? First, it comes in, it says nothing is changing about Azure Latch, and Brandon the Boss kind of just talks about how he's coming in, he wants to improve the quality of life, give weekly updates, and kind of bring some life back to Azure Latch, because we do love Azure Latch on updates. I personally play it all the time with my chat on stream. If you guys don't watch the streams, it's BushidoF1 on Twitch. Go check it out. And we always play and we enjoy Azure Latch, but the problem is that it's a lot of hype, and then there's no update, and it falls right back down. And Azure Latch has been at a point where it's just stagnant at about 6,000 players. And people really just play Blue Lock Rivals, or they don't play Blue Lock at all. So then the other devs were kind of talking, saying their goodbyes, saying that they love the game. The developer DCJ Sandy says, is Azure Latch done for? And he kind of goes on about it, saying that Azure Latch isn't done. The dev team's going to stay. Everything's going to be fine. It's not going to be pay to win. Don't worry. Brandon the Boss is here to help the game. And then this is where some stuff starts to come in, and the ideas kind of get, I would say, boggled. It kind of gets thrown around. The leads from before the recent ownership change will still be the ones handling the majority of updates just like before, only now with the focus on quality. To be real, even when Azure Latch was in its prime, AMM was already considering dropping the game because of that. We, Forma, and current leads, me, Avalon, DCJ, and Cruffle had to step up and keep things running. That meaning handling devs, assets, and everything. Basically saying like they weren't doing it right. Then Brandon the Boss comes in with some huge news. Hi everyone. A quick but important announcement. Due to the serious mistake by the former owner, Azure Latch assets are being distributed or sold without authorization. Boss Studios takes this matter extremely seriously. If we find any part of Azure Latch in your project, we will not only fire a DMCA takedown, but also pursue legal action. It's not a warning, it's a commitment. We protect our team and our work without compromise. So basically, Brandon the Boss steps in, he says, hello, I'm a very successful owner, and I'm here to make sure no one's playing with our game. Recently, Azure Latch got hacked as well, and they put D. Itoshi in the game, which is actually not that funny, but kind of funny. And then this is where the dev team starts to say, we're leaving, goodbye. Brandon the Boss puts out an update saying that Hey everyone, a quick update. As many as you know, in the past few weeks, the game has been getting leaked left and right ever since it was backdoor. On top of that, we recently discovered that the old owners have been given access to their Roblox accounts to random people, explaining why the game had been leaked everywhere. Due to this, I decided to take steps to protect the game not only out of love for the game and community, but also out of respect for all the hard work the developers put in. Work put in, put in work. That's now being unfairly distributed and used. As a result, like any other big game out there, I had hoped to put the development team under contract, but unfortunately, the original dev team did not feel comfortable signing any form of contracts, all personal reasons. Finally, the onboarding process for the game has also been very stressful for both the older dev team and myself, largely due to lingering issues from the previous owners. Out of respect, I won't go into details, which is why many of the older devs get burnt out. While you may not see the old devs around here anymore, we parted ways on very good terms. They are still average. They are still advising us behind the scenes. We're looking forward to seeing you all again very soon with the up and coming update. Then we get a screenshot from Avalon, one of the devs. I'm sorry, I really just can't. My motivation for this game has died out long ago, and I feel like if I stayed, I'd just be a liability to you. I may have low-key sent a GIF and announcements already and said my goodbyes, but I won't even talk about Azure Latch or why I left in respect of you, because I know you did nothing wrong. Brandon the Boss says, I'm really left with Mission Impossible every time I take up a game. PTSD from Anime Rangers. Anime Rangers, very successful game, actually. It's doing amazing on Brandon the Boss. Staff team is currently surveying and picking top players to make a community. I know some of you won't change your mind until our first few updates are out, and that's completely fair, but we are experienced. A well-established studio with a strong recent track record. We're not going to ask anyone to stick around if they decided to give up and decided to follow the wave, but those who choose to stay will be remembered. The ones who remain through the hardest times are the ones who truly love this game and are willing to help bring it back to life. As for me, I'm not giving up. I'm committed to turning things around and hope to return to you very soon with good news. Another screenshot, and it's their group chat. It says, we'll be fine. Are you really sure? I don't get it either. It sucks Eager left. I've decided with Daz to make a community source balance and playing team. My only real concern is lack of player / balancing. This game never had one. Now, if you ask me how I feel like tossing the game back to AMM and calling it a day. Can I do that? No, I can't. Then they asked, so you're abandoning Azure Latch? She said, Azure Latch has over 6 million community members in total who are responsible for. Can't abandon this, lol. It's our job to deal with stuff like this. Sure, we might seem cooked, but in my perspective, we're just fine. This is an announcement directed to the community, not the devs. Then Daz comes in. It has been my decision that I will be leaving Azure Latch due to losing all passion because of ownership change, and the game was never fun for me. As for my staff, I hope you get someone who's great. And for my members, just genuinely good luck. I will now be focusing on other projects, and he starts to name his other projects. To me, I feel like he's kind of just flexing in a sense of saying he's going to be good regardless, and I do like that out of him, showing some fight, to be honest. I was with the game when it was born. Sadly, I won't be seeing it at the end. You guys have Fruits Battlegrounds or my game or AMM's new game. He edited this to kind of promote AMM's new game. I promise, but promises sometimes are meant to be broken. DCJ says, bye, Das. If possible, Remy should become the next manager, and he will. Remy, congrats. What happened while I was in flight? Rado was unranking all former devs since they left. I probably unranked Daz a mistake. He was a ranked dev. He could have waited a few hours or at least wait for a response from me or Rado both in flight, but decided to make that announcement. Of pity, he left. Great guy, but Remy's a perfect place as well. Welcome, Remy. I was wondering if y'all needed a sound designer in Azure Latch since also I got experience with Blue Lock SFX because I work with Goalbound, so yeah. Yo, tell your stupid little lead dev not to remove roles just because he feels suspicious. It pisses me off and it makes me want to leave and take all my work with me. So, tensions are getting high. It's a very hard week for developers on Blue Lock games with, a lot of drama going back and forth and a lot of tension between the games. And tensions got high. Dad said how he felt. Brandon the Boss, very mature, great owner. He took this, he fixed it, and I assume that Daz isn't leaving now that he's still in the Discord. I want you guys to let me know down below what you guys think is going to happen. Is there going to be a new Blue Lock game that comes out of the works and takes advantage of this? Or is this it for Blue Lock? Soccer Zero, we might need you to save us. Let me know what you guys think down below and make sure you guys sub up. Road to 10K.